Hey guys, 2016 number 2. It's a chi-squared problem. You guys read the problem. They randomly put these children into groups and they have this table here. The question says, do the data provide convincing statistical evidence? So that's a type of test. There's an association. Remember, z-tests are for averages or proportions. T-tests are for averages only. Chi-squared test association. So is there an association between the type of ad and the children's choice of snack? Okay. Remember, this is your null hypothesis. Your null is there is no. There's no association between the type of ad and children's choice of snack. HA is there is an association between the type of ad and children's choice of snacks. Step 2 is our conditions. This is not a normal distribution. You have to remember that chi-squared looks like this guy here. He's skewed to the right. There's much more data on the left. Okay, so the stem of the problem states the children were randomly assigned to the groups. And now the second part. I just finished saying that it is not a normal distribution. So the second part is the expected values must be greater than 5. Some of you might say, how do you find the expected value? And this is what you guys should do, and I'll come back to this. You go to second, okay? Some of you are probably wondering how to do this again. Second, and then the matrix. After you press second matrix, you get to this table right here. You go over to edit, and then you go to A. Once you get there, okay, you gotta go and you gotta say it's 3 rows, 2 columns. So you put these numbers here in this order. Then you have to run the test. After you run the test, which test? You're going to see a chi-squared test, goodness of fit, or this one here. This is the one that you're going to use, not the goodness of fit. Goodness of fit will ask for an L1 and an L2. Once you get here, you're going to run the test. So you press enter, 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 get your calculate, and you're going to get this here. Now, what you want to do is you want to go back and press second matrix. Once you go back and press second matrix and you go to the edit part, to this part here, you're going to see that B is a 3x2. Go and click on to B, and that would give you these numbers, 18.667, 6.33, so on. It'll give you this table here. And that's how you can find the expected. If you try to find the expected by hand or without using that tool, you can do row total times column total over total for each piece. That takes a while. And the last thing I want to remind you is the degrees of freedom is row minus 1 times column minus 1. So that's your chi-squared. You get your expected, and now we're going to say, okay, to proceed. Great. So this is step 2 is our conditions. What's step 3, guys? Step 3 is our formula. Our formula is on the bottom of the 3rd page of our formula sheet on the statistics, but we all know that it's observed minus expected squared over expected. Now, you can do all 6 pieces. I just decided to do the first one. So let's get a different color here. I hate that color. I decided to do the first one plus ... plus the last one. You guys can do all 6. Now remember, 10.21 or 291 came from the calculator. The p-value is basically 0.006. Degrees of freedom is 2. You should write down the degrees of freedom. You can write down the degrees of freedom right here. So, step 3 is your formula, and step 4 is your p-value. Chi-squared is skewed to the right, therefore it's always greater than. Chi-squared is greater than 10.291, 0.06, that's really small. Since the p-value is less than alpha, 0.05, we reject HO. We have sufficient evidence to suggest that there is an association. So that's pretty much how you do part A. If I went too fast, press pause, rewind, and whatever. Subscribe to the channel. Part B here says, so this will give you 3 out of 4 points. Part B says, write a few sentences describing the effect of each ad on children's choice of snacks. So we want to talk about each ad. So add this one. What happened here? Well, 21 is much higher than 4, right? Apple Zooty, 13 is much high. Well, not much higher than 12. That's, sorry, I meant to say that there's really no effect there, right? And neither looks like 22 over out of, and then 3 said, these are the number of people who chose Apple Zooty. These are the people who chose Choco Zooty, okay? I don't know who makes up these things. So let's take a look. When neither ad was viewed, so 22 out of 25, so 25, 22 is going to be 88. 88% of the children chose Choco Zooty. So in other words, the kids like chocolate over apple, okay? So that's the first thing. So this is the number of who chose, so 22. When they did show Choco Zooty, 21 chose Choco Zooty. Now, when they showed the ad about Apple, this actually increased to 12 compared to the 3 and the 4. It helped. So, but still people seem to like the Choco Zooty regardless of what ad was there. So, write down a few sentences and you guys will be all great. Okay. Enjoy. I hope this was good.